Okay, good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here for Mr. Topstep with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, we're looking at a daily chart of the ES. You can see here we went down and we touched this red line, which is the 50-day moving average, almost touched this longer-term trend line. It basically bounced off it. But the issue became what was going to happen when we got back to the former symmetrical trend line, triangle line that we broke out and failed after we hit the upper range. The issue when we hit the upper Bollinger Band was that we needed to come down and successfully test that in order to bounce off it and make new highs. That clearly did not happen. And after breaking the line, coming down to test the lower Bollinger Band, the issue becomes, was this trend line now going to be resistance? And clearly it is for now. And it looks like with the strength today, it may want to start to wedge a little bit in here on the daily or on the hourly, and that's not bullish either, because that typically tends to spill lower. Now let me back out. Our moving averages are still lined up, and it's far too orderly to trade this way for a long term. And you can already see the 20-day simple moving average starting to bend lower. You can see the 50-day starting to do the same. So this all portends for lower prices in the future. Now, I told my subscribers this morning, and I told everybody in the Topstep room, my number one focus today is going to be not to give my week back. If you've been following these webcasts, you've been seeing the market pretty well, and you've probably done at least okay. And if that's the case, don't give it back on a Friday. Just don't. It's just, Fridays are there to take your money. I mean, that's been my experience. If you get your setup, take it. But use stops, be hedged, and be very aware of the fact that we've come down, we've broken through the lower level after touching the upper level, and that we're kind of stuck. And let me get into a shorter term chart here for you guys. Okay, here's a 15. And you've got yesterday's failure right up at the 39 level. Traded down as low as 28. So basically did a top step 10 handle rule there. Overnight, we're just kind of chopping in between the bands. We're finding some resistance up at the 3-day pivot at 34. You've still got the daily and the 45-day pivots locked up here down at 29. The potential for today to be a 5-handle range snoozer is pretty good. We could bounce between 34 and 29 all day long. So if you're a scalper, I wish you luck. If you like a longer term move during the day, something of this variety, today might not be your day. And if it's not your day, understand that it's not your day, and just you don't have to trade every day. The market will be here on Monday. You don't have to trade every day. So unless this market decides that it wants to bounce off 29 to do something serious through 34 back up to 39, or that it wants to die at 34, break, and go down and visit the old lows at 24, unless you're a scalper, today might not be your day to trade. So, and how many guys out there are going to tell you that? So just be aware of what's going on. We've made a lot of big moves in the last few days, and it may be time to rest. And a boring Friday might be in order. That said, all it takes is one headline, and we move 20 handles. So, either way, just be aware of the other side of the argument that today might not be a very exciting day to trade. Okay, last shout out for the webinar tomorrow. I hope everybody can make it out. It's not going to be my same old volatility level, breakout bias webinar. We're going to talk about swing trading. We're going to talk about position sizing. We're going to talk about managing trades. We're going to basically talk about how I do things. And Dandy's going to be there talking about program trading and the like, and so it should be very interesting. So please sign up. I hope I see you over there, and it should be hopefully a good hour of some real solid stuff to help your trading. Okay, trade them well, and I will see everybody Monday or at tomorrow's webinar.